Hi, I'm Casey Serafino Lee with Intero Real Estate. Welcome to the Casey Serafino Lee Show. Today we have the privilege of interviewing our preferred real estate attorney with Hernandez Law Group. This episode will feature roles of parties during a foreclosure. I would like to introduce Christy Hernandez, the managing attorney and founder of Hernandez Law Group. And welcome, Christy. And first of all, tell me a little bit about your company.
So Hernandez Law Group started about 14 years ago, and we focus on people who are in distressed property situations. So somebody who's going through a foreclosure, who's gotten behind on their mortgage, and they need to learn about options to cure that problem.
Okay, great. So is the person the client makes their payment to the lender and the owner of the loan?
Ooh, sometimes, but not always. So think of it as if you're a guy like Warren Buffett and you've got tons and tons of money, right? Mm-hmm. But not a lot of time on your hands. What you would do is you would hire somebody else to accept payments on mortgages that you lent, right?
Okay.
So what happens is you have somebody who's the lender and then you have somebody who's the servicer. And so if you're a company like Bank of America, you might make mortgages and you might also service mortgages, meaning receive payments on the loans.
Right.
But sometimes you could have Bank of America as your lender, but Wells Fargo is the one that actually receives the payments. So the person you make your payments to is the servicer, but not always the lender.
Okay, all right, that helps a lot. So what is the purpose of the trustee and what role does the trustee play?
So the trustee is usually like an attorney, somebody like myself, who is hired by the mortgage company to do the foreclosure process properly if you go behind on the payments. So the trustee is usually the bad guy in the foreclosure scenario. They're the ones that are actually conducting the foreclosure and making sure that that process of foreclosure is compliant with California law.
Okay, so they're kind of like the pit bull for the money, basically.
Right.
Is that right?
They make all the bad stuff happen.
Okay, all right. So is the posting of the sale information online the same as the trustee doing it?
Oh, again, that's another one of those questions where it's sometimes. So most trustees who do a lot of foreclosures, like for example, if you're the trustee hired by Wells Fargo, you usually have a sophisticated website where you're putting all of the foreclosure sale information online. But there are private companies who just post foreclosure information. And so when you're looking at trying to figure out what stage of foreclosure you're in as a homeowner, you always want to deal with a trustee that's assigned to your foreclosure particularly, because they're going to have the up-to-the-minute information about your property. If you're just going to any online company, that information might not be the best information out there, and it may not be up to date.
Okay, good to know. So thank you for joining us today, Christy Hernandez. You've provided us with a wealth of information regarding distressed properties and homeowners in need of this help. Hernandez Law Group is our go-to company in regards to distressed properties. If you have any specific legal needs, please contact me and I can put you directly in touch with Hernandez Law Group. To my viewers, thank you for joining the Casey Serafino Lee Show, and be sure to stay tuned for future episodes.